It's Been a While by Stain, intro song from Break the Cycle of 2001. Pat's jam. Pat was jamming out to a little bit of Aaron Lewis Stain for the podcast.
I finally knew an intro song. I felt it was good. That's a classic. Early 2000s.
It only took us 18 episodes in to get familiar, but that's okay. That's okay. We got some breaking news, hot off the press as of literally right before recording. Marc-Andre Fleury heading to Chicago. Breaking news.
Big. That's huge.
I don't know what he got dealt for, but 2 out of 3 of us here on the program love Sweden, patriotic Swedes, and happy to see the Swede himself, Robin Leonard, taking over the starting gig. So that's exciting news in Vegas, breaking news. We'll get into that in a second. We got a viewer of the week. We got a comment of the week. Comment of the week, dude said, basically in a nutshell, he drove himself into the ditch, turned the podcast on, and his car backed itself out of the ditch, and he was back going to work.
Yeah, that's power. That's the power of listening to us in your headphones or out loud. It can just save your life. We've saved quite a few lives now with our podcast.
I had it penciled down as Jacob. I don't think that's his actual name. I think I just forgot to replace the name from last week's commenter of the week. But point being, these outrageous stories about how the podcast is saving lives and changing people is amazing. We also got a viewer of the week, Charles. Shout out to you, buddy. Dude said he's listening at work. He works in a supplement warehouse, so he's like packing supplements and like all that kind of stuff. Said he chips off a couple hours out of the day. So shout out to you, buddy. Hope you're not having a shit shift, and maybe you're on the can. Maybe you're on your dump break or whatever. Listening to the podcast.
A shit shift. He's having a shit shift.
Yes. The old saying goes is, the boss makes $1, I make a dime, therefore I poop on company time.
I haven't heard that one, but that sounds like a good saying.
Now you have. Hey, one final housekeeping note. Next week's episode is going to be pre-recorded. I'm going to be on the road, in the mountains, on the train. So instead of trying to slug out an episode on the train, we're just pre-recording this week for next week, and that'll have Zach Fucali on for next week's episode. So again, if you're looking to get a hold of me, Pat's running the whole podcast, everything. So find Pat, contact him if you have inquiries or questions or you want to harass him, or tell your viewer questions of the week.
Yes.
Without further ado, welcome Jhonas Enroth, the man with the Head and Shoulders bottle on his pads. What a smooth transition that was, eh?
That was wonderful. Cool.
Yeah,
welcome to the pod.
I had that ad a couple of years ago. It's the European style over here. It's pretty brutal, but I guess they're paying the bills, so you gotta just smile and look happy.
Now, can I ask you, do you have like a favorite ad that you've had in the pads? Because I thought the Head and Shoulders bottle was pretty creative, or at least funny, at least.
Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite. I think obviously Henrik Lundqvist is their big person over here in Sweden, and I think he kind of got the national team onto that. So we all had to wear it for a couple of tournaments.
Free shampoo though, at least?
No, that's the funny part. We didn't even get shampoo.
Oh, you got nothing? Paid?
No,
like
I guess they paid the national team.
They paid the team. Damn. That's a tough one. You don't even get the free shampoo. You just got nothing out of it. But hey, a good looking ad on the pad then. So
yeah,
worth it.
Makes up for it, I guess. It saves some wear and tear on the pad too, so you can resell them or use them after or anything like that.
Hustler.
We got a businessman. We got a businessman on the podcast. I like it. Speaking of business, what kind of product you use in your hair? Since you can't get any free Head and Shoulders, what do you use in your hair, Jhonas?
Right now it's just natural. I think I haven't put anything in my hair in. I actually washed it yesterday, so that was with Head and Shoulders actually.
Those natural oils, though. You see, Pat Maroon has a new a shampoo, conditioner, and hair gel line out. What the hell is it called? I haven't tried the shampoo yet, but do you think his hair is that good? Where he's like Letty dressing?
No, I heard he had some kind of shaving ad right after the Stanley Cup final too, but I didn't catch that one either.
So it's called not to give free ad, we can cut it out after, but it's called Letty dressing for silky flow. So apparently he's pretty confident in his flow. I don't know. Maybe you should make your own line of shampoo, conditioner, and hair gel and rival Pat Maroon.
No, I don't know if I'm gonna sell that good actually.
Well, Question for you, and this is one that I've been curious about, and this was the most popular asked question that I had in the poll that I threw up on Instagram today. Was what's your favorite arena to play in? NHL, Swedish Elite League, KHL, in the world. What's your favorite arena you've ever played in?
Montreal's Bell Center, I think it's called still. I always played pretty well there, and I played there a bunch of times also. So that's probably my favorite arena by far.
Not Bell MTS Place?
No, I had a couple of tough outings there, I think. But I mean, that's a pretty cool arena too. It's super loud in there, and it's hard to hear each other talk on the ice and all that stuff. So that's a very, very cool arena too, actually.
Not to bring up like deja vu or like bad memories, but like your first game in Dallas was in Winnipeg, right? It was the same week that I met you at Highs, right?
No, you got that all wrong.
Oh,
that wasn't my first game with Dallas, and that wasn't the time I met you at Highs restaurants.
Oh,
Trav, do you even remember? Do you even remember how you guys met? Like, does he mean nothing to you?
Jhonas, you want to tell it, or should I tell the story how we met?
You're asking because you don't remember, Trav.
I do remember, but it's kind of greasy, so it's better if he tells it. It's funnier if he tells it.
I want to hear it, yeah.
All right,
Here we go.
First of all, I would like to see myself as one of the OG Trav 4 followers online.
Okay.
I think I used to follow Trav when he used to do like highlight videos of goalies and put some cool songs in the background and all that stuff. So I don't know, we kind of was friends online or whatever.
Sure.
And I think I was with the Sabres when we came to Winnipeg, and obviously we were there the night before, and a couple of guys go down to the restaurant. The restaurant is like 10 seconds from the hotel, so it's like everyone goes there pretty much, the whole team. And I see a Trav sitting there at the bar or something with his buddy. I didn't know that was Trav, actually. So I didn't think much of it. And after a little bit, I go to the bathroom to take a piss. And sure enough, Trav follows me into the bathroom. He's like,
Of course.
"Hey, are you Jhonas Enroth? I got this CD you asked me online for." And you gave me like a highlight video of myself, I think, right?
Yeah, it was a DVD. I remember Tommy had asked for it.
Oh, okay. So my brother kind of asked for it. I guess he wanted it. So, but I didn't know you were gonna show up and give it to me in person. Obviously,
In the bathroom, stalking you.
In the bathroom, and I mean, it was only me and Trav in
Jeez,
there.
Trav. That's scary. You see a guy like Trav walk in the bathroom, you don't know what to expect. Guy just pulls something out of his pants. You don't know what's coming out.
This is probably like 6 years ago now. So I don't know how old you are right now. You're like 25-ish.
Yes, I was 18 at the time. I remember it was my first year out of high school. So yeah, I was 18.
Okay, yeah. So you were pretty young. I remember a couple of kids sat at the bar there. That's all I remember.
Two buddies that I had with me. One, he always had the hookup to find out like at the airports, like when NHL teams would come in and when they'd be leaving. So he'd use that information to kind of like retail or relay like when we should kind of be around like the Fairmont for teams to come in. And then other buddy, he just liked to drink. So he heard we were going to the bar at Highs. He's like, I'm in. Like all you can drink, the guy would have. And we're sitting at the bar, and I know Jhonas is there. Like I'm not dumb, right? And then I don't want to make a scene because there's a lot of guys waiting outside of Highs Steakhouse, like seekers and stuff that want autographs, they want photos and stuff. And so I'm thinking to myself, and I tell my buddy Chris, I'm like, if I approach Jhonas or anybody in the restaurant, they might see, and then everybody comes storming in. I don't want to make a scene. So then Jhonas went to rock a piss in the bathroom, and I said to myself, I'm like, that's the perfect location. Nobody's in there. But then I didn't put two and two together. And I was like, wait, what if he's taking a dump? Like I just slide the DVD under the stall because I didn't know what he's doing.
I feel like there are better areas. There are better places. In my mind, I wouldn't be like, oh, he's going in the bathroom. That's the perfect spot to go get him. Like, I feel like there's better spots, like everywhere else besides there.
I think the best part was because Jhonas is at the urinal, and I pulled up right to the one beside him. I didn't go to the opposite. I went right beside him, and about 20 seconds go past. And the old saying, shake it once is fine, shake it twice is okay, shake it 3 times, you're playing with yourself. Well, I'm trying to kill some time because like I don't want it to be awkward. I'm like, do I say something now? Do I do it while I'm pissing? Is it weird if we're both pissing and I say something? And then after about 20 seconds, I just said, You're Jhonas Enroth, right? Like pretending like, oh, I have no idea who you are. By the way,
DVD, right?
Yeah, I just happen to have this. No way, I didn't expect you here in the urinal. That's beautiful, Trav. Good work, man.
thanks,
That's
man.
awesome.
So there's our icebreaker.
You left a pretty good first impression, at least. Or I guess maybe not a good one, but
They say make sure it's
A
memorable.
memorable one for sure.
Well, we picked up from there. It was we're down -1, we're down -2 in the first. We came back in the second period, evened up the score, and we're not looking too bad now. I mean, you willingly came on the podcast.
yeah, even I waited for you 2 hours at Starbucks in Stockholm last fall. You were late. You missed your bus, and I thought you stood me up for a little bit, but
Yes, I should clarify that. So, Pat, so in Sweden, I was living the bus train lifestyle. So for like where Jonas wanted to meet in Sweden or in Stockholm, it was like downtown, like right in the train station. So for me to get there, I had to walk from my place to the bus stop, bus from there to like a small train station, and then take the train from there into the downtown train station. And I missed the first bus. And if you miss one bus, you screw up everything. And he's probably waiting there at the Starbucks, like he said, for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, thinking, this guy's going to stand, this guy makes internet videos of himself, and he's going to stand me up? The nerve on this guy.
Wow.
I knew the
You
first
big
impression
dogged him.
wasn't a fluke. But
You had some good interactions. You know?
did I pick up the tab at Starbucks? I picked up the tab, did I not, or did I make you pay?
no, I already finished my coffee, obviously.
There you go,
I don't
Trav.
think you had anything.
Nice. Yeah, it's a killer day for you.
Makes him wait 2 hours and I just sat there to talk.
That's
It was
awesome.
fine, though. I had nothing else to do, so I was waiting for my train actually. So
You know what? Third time's the charm, though. So, like, when we meet up for the third time, I'm gonna get it right. I'm not gonna be late. I'm not gonna, in the pisser or anything. Like, we're gonna nail it. We're gonna nail it.
all right. When are you coming to Sweden, by the way? I see your bags are packed in the background, and
Yes, Pat. I just want to say you can suck it because look, my TV's not on the floor anymore. It's in the box.
Well, the box, it's in the box, which is also on the floor. I mean,
That's enough out of you.
but yeah, that's a weird. It's weird to see your whole, all the stuff that you had in your room packed up, which was nothing but the TV.
Hey, but the yoga mat's still there. The yoga mat has not changed spots.
Are you
for
leaving
weeks.
the yoga mat?
No, I'm taking everything. So I'm leaving in 5 days. I'm leaving in 5 days, and then so I'm training to Vancouver from here, which is hence why the podcast next week is pre-recorded because you can't get any service out in the train out in the mountains. And then I'm in Vancouver for like 2.5 weeks, and then I'm flying over to Sweden. I'll use this as an exclusive for the podcast. I got some crazy ideas for our team for this year. So as Jonas knows, and maybe the rest of the world doesn't, Division 3 teams in Sweden don't make a lot of money. Borderline broke, like very, very poor, not very financially independent. Is that true or false, Jonas?
that's true.
Yeah. So the team has come to me with, trying to get some ideas going. So I had a couple ideas. I say we do dollar beer nights. We got to start selling liquor at the rinks to get people in. We might also have to hire a security guard because that might, generate some fights, but I think it's worth it to kind of get people riled up. I think we should do a fan appreciation night where everybody comes in on the house free. We pack the building, standing room only, and then kind of like semi-pro. If we win by 3 goals, everybody in the arena gets a free order of meatballs.
I mean, I think you watch too much movies. I don't know if that's gonna work in Sweden.
I was just saying, do they not sell booze at the games in Sweden?
On our games.
I don't think so. Or they might sell like super light beer.
Gotcha. Well, maybe not dollar, because I don't know if that's profitable to have dollar beer. Maybe just start selling booze in general. Just like start selling the booze. It's more of a fun event if people are a little bit drunk. They're having more fun.
I was hoping that we could do like promotions that are almost so outrageous. Like if we win by if we get a shutout, somebody's gonna win a whole log of bologna. Like just something outrageous. Like just.
I guess there's nothing like that over here. That's more common over in North America. I
Yeah.
never thought about that actually, but that's actually true.
I'm kind of hoping that when the internet starts getting wind, like when the vlog starts picking up, people start getting wind that like we're giving away logs of bologna, we're giving away, free tickets to the dirtiest car in the parking lot. Like we got like a kids club, all this kind of stuff. Like people are gonna start talking like we got to go and see this greasy horror show on ice. Like we got to watch. Tickets are $5 or 35 crowns with the conversion. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. I don't know where I was going with that, but that was what I was hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, sky's the limit. Maybe bring in some strippers or something like that.
Oh, yeah. On ice cheerleaders. Like some colleges do that. They buzz around on the skates, glide around, shake it around a little in the national anthem. It's kind of a little awkward though. But I mean, something.
This kind of sounds like Red Penguin. Have you guys seen that movie or documentary? I guess it is.
I've heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. You guys should watch it. It's basically what you're describing right now.
Whatever it takes to get asses in the building and put them in seats and get people to buy stuff. That's all that matters.
Yes. Sell yourself. It does not matter how you do it.
Actually, that was my next idea. Was actually selling myself.
Selling yourself.
No. Selling, yes. Okay, now hear me out. I know Jhonas is laughing. I'm serious about this idea. I was thinking a team auction where we auction off all the players, and I think having it open to the public online would be great. So like everybody puts in a bid. It's a silent auction, so you don't know what the highest bid is. Everybody just keeps putting money in, and the highest bid wins the player. So for example, Jhonas puts in $20, it wins me for the next 24 hours. Whatever you want, I'll do it. So yeah, so I'll pick up your dog shit. I'll take your dog for a walk. I'll do your homework. If you're a kid, take out the trash. Maybe re-shingle your roof. Actually, Swedes don't have shingles. Sorry about that. Whatever you need, I'll do it for 24 hours. And I can't say no. It's like one of those TikTok things. I think it'd be a really good moneymaker for the team. Whatever it takes for the team. Let's make some money. Let's go Vipers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would like to see that.
Dude,
I think it would do well.
You gotta wrestle a bear, semi-pro style.
I actually told Coach we got to get him wrestling a bear at the intermission because he's like a really scary Hungarian guy. And he's bald. He's got like the Jason Statham look. His name is Zoltan. I said, Zoltan, you got to fight a bear. He's like, he's like, I'm gonna need 12 bears. I can't handle just one. I need 12. I'm like, this is the kind of guy we need fighting at the intermissions.
Yeah, that's great. He's got to wrestle a bear.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential. Speaking of wrestling, I got a question for you. And Pat and I have been asking this to everybody who comes on. So I know personally, you and your old lady have been together for a while. She's a loyal day one supporter of you. A, how did you meet her? And B, how supportive has she been during your playing time, and how awesome has she been for you and for your career?
Yeah, we met she's from Buffalo actually.
You're still together, right? You're still together?
Yeah. We're married, so I go back to Buffalo every summer and spend time there. But I guess we just met from being out and about in Buffalo back in the days, and she's always been very supportive. She obviously went to all the games and all that stuff, and trying to watch as many games as possible. And she still liked that I keep playing, which I love also. So yeah.
Does she travel with you whenever you go to a new team? Does she come with you?
She did when I was over in North America. She came visit a couple of times when I was in Russia. And then last year, she never came over here last year. It was kind of tricky year to travel last year, obviously. But yeah, so far, so good, I think.
So it's a long distance relationship for the in-season. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of FaceTime and all that stuff. But it's been working fine, I guess. We both are fine with it.
Because Trav actually, Trav's in a little, you could call it a relationship right now, but he's going to Sweden, and seems like he's putting a little end to it, and he doesn't know how to deal with the distance. And he's. Do you have any tips for Trav? Should he call it off? Should he go for it? A little long distance relationship?
I have no idea. Yeah, I barely know Trav, and I don't know the girls, so I don't know.
Come on, you guys know each other well. You had a lot of close personal space in the bathroom.
You know that meme? It's like we're pretty close friends. We like each other's Instagram pics. It's getting pretty serious. That's kind of what Jhonas and I are. We're getting pretty serious. So to kind of paint a brief picture here. So my woman and I, we've been together for basically the whole calendar year since January or whatever, and she's cool and all. She's really awesome. She's like a day one supporter. Like she's like the most supportive woman I've ever met in my life, and she's like so cool about it. But she's like, you know what? When you go to Sweden, you do what you want. You know, you want to find a Swedish replacement. I'm fine by that. But just when you come back, we're gonna get back together. We're gonna get a place together. And I like that stuff. You know, like I like her. I don't want to gas her. I see a lot of potential, but the distance is tough. 8 months, no banging.
Nah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be good, man. You got your hand. You know, you got the internet. You got a laptop.
Pamela Henderson, baby.
You have a TV on the floor. You can go big screen. You're fine, dude.
Speaking of going to the big screen, speaking of the Pamela Henderson, you want to get a couple more handies? This is what you need. The Lawnmower 4. Today's presenting sponsor. Pat's wearing the shirt. He knows all about it. Tell him about it, Pat. Tell him what you do with the
Manscaped.
lawnmower.
Yeah, man. If you guys want the cleanest, smoothest, but also most gentle shaving of your balls and your chest. I actually recently just shaved my chest. I was showing it off to Trav prior to coming on the podcast. But yeah, if you want that, Manscaped is the way to go. We've been using it now. Well, I've been using it. Trav's been using it for a good year or so. I've been a good month in, and I'll tell you, my balls are feeling the best. It's been the best success rate that I've had, you know, with women. The best experience I've had with women in my life since I've started using Manscaped. So would you agree, Trav?
Yes, so you're saying you're getting a lot of good reviews so far.
Yeah, it's like, wow, I've never felt something so smooth. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like Manscaped. You can get it too if you want to, because it's not equal. It's not an equal smoothness. Maybe you should start using Manscaped as well. 20% off, is it we're giving or we're getting here?
We're giving them an exclusive 20% off. We're going to give you a free international shipping. So listen, you're in Ethiopia, you got a landing strip, you got a bush, we're going to take care of you right today. Free shipping. We're going to give you 2 gifts, 20% off. Here's the thing, okay? This thing right here has got a 90-minute battery life. So that buzzer you're using right now, the die is halfway through, so you got half a bush and you got half a clean shave. You're not going to have that problem. Also, look at this. Wireless charging, people. Wireless. You just plug her in, she's rolling, she's rocking, she's ready to go. And it's the best a man can get. I'm telling you, you want to shave your beard, it's a great beard trimmer. I'll tell you this right now. Okay, so I was having a shower the other day, and my woman says, you can be a little more aerodynamic. We got to take care of the chest. I said, okay, honey, let's do an experiment. Here, you do it. She shaved my chest and everything. No nicks, no cuts. It is dummy proof. So if you're a dummy, this thing is not going to be a problem for you. And use the promo code BIZKIT, BIZKIT. Go to manscaped.com. Use the promo code. You get 20% off. You get fresh balls. You're feeling good. You're light on your feet. You're mobile. You're actually going to be a lot faster because you don't have that pubic hair and all the chest hair and those the ball fro going around everywhere. So it's great. Pick one up. Yeah, and thanks to the folks at Manscaped for partnering with us, sponsoring the podcast. And they've changed Pat's life. They've changed mine. We're going to have to get one out to Jhonas. We're going to have to change Jonas's life too.
Yes. I also just want to point out for the Americans, when Trav says Z, he means Z. BIZKIT. Because when you first said it, I had no idea what you were saying. I'm like, why are you saying Z? I didn't know that was even a thing.
Yeah, I picked up on that. I haven't heard anyone say that in a while. I remember local Canadians saying that back in the days, but yeah, it's...
Well, listen, here's the deal. Whether you say it's Z, Z, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're tall, short, skinny, chunky, you're into cucumbers, doesn't matter. The thing works the exact same. It'll do a great job, and you're going to love it. They got a money-back guarantee. You nick your sack, you send that shit right back because it's awesome. Thanks to Manscaped sponsoring the podcast. Moving on. Pat Shea, take us over. Take us home.
Yes, we obviously you have played now in the NHL and in a few different leagues in Europe. So something we talk about a lot in here is social media, obviously, because we both are active on YouTube. And we think how the NHL should promote, personalities a lot more. And maybe the stars of the NHL should have someone following them around and be more active to promote hockey, because hockey's kind of feels like it's dying out in popularity, and other sports are kind of coming up. Not every sport, but a lot of them. And we were curious because I forget what podcast it was on, but I saw a quote of someone saying he doesn't believe that the star players should be active on social media, nor do they need to be. They already make enough money. And for us, it's all right, but it's not all about money. It's more just growing the game and a personality and connecting the fans more to it. What would your opinion be on like the NHL players from your experience, do you think the star players should be active on social media to have a presence, or do you think there's no need for them to do that?
No, for sure. If that's in their personality, I think they're pretty interesting how Formula One have become so big now with that Netflix series. So maybe they should try to do something like that or something.
Right.
I think it's pretty cool now though when they got rid of the dress codes, when you can see them walk in and all that stuff. I think that's a huge thing to get rid of.
It definitely, I liked that a lot. The when they were showing up in different outfits, added something like look forward to during the game. Do you think like the NHL as a whole is kind of too, I don't know, too strict with their players because I feel like people are so afraid to show a personality. Like they have to be like every interview is the same, it's very generic. Do you think that's a NHL thing or just a hockey, culture thing?
I think it's a hockey culture thing. You don't want to give anyone anything to write anything crazy about or give the opposite team anything. I think hockey players just want to keep it simple and don't try to stick out too much.
Yeah, it kind of. I think it is a hockey culture thing. It's kind of like we're afraid to be cocky, I guess, because you don't want to come across as like the cocky guy. You want to be like humble. Where other sports, it's not so much that. Well, like the guy, I don't know, say LeBron James as an example. He comes off as very cocky and arrogant, and he says "I" a lot in his interviews. He talks about himself, but at the same time, it makes a lot of people talk about him, and then it creates a whole thing. And and LeBron James is a celebrity, like in a way. But there's not that in hockey. Would you?
If I could though for a sec, I think the one argument to that would be is that with the NHL, like, you don't have the, like, 10 years ago, you don't have the same rivalries you used to have because nobody's really speaking out. Like, nobody's, like, Jhonas isn't calling out the other team for, maybe taking a whack after the whistle or something like that. Like, everybody's just, yeah, they played a good game, they beat us, we didn't play hard enough, we're going to go back to the drawing board, that kind of stuff. When, as opposed to the NFL, they're personally attacking each other. Like the UFC, we talked about McGregor and the trash talk, like, maybe that's the extreme, but they're taking it personal to the point where, like, you want to see the fight because somebody's going to get knocked out and they're pissed off and there's a rivalry and it gets you excited about it. I don't think the NHL or hockey has that, which maybe is why the ratings are down compared to the other sports where, like, the UFC is just going through the roof since COVID.
Yeah, it's been great. McGregor is as popular as he is for a reason because, like, he talks shit. And it makes people talk about it. He has that electric personality that makes it either you love him or you want to see him get killed. But it creates that, like, I want to see these guys fight. Where if hockey could do that, it's like, all right, I really want to see who wins this game because these guys are talking a lot of shit. But obviously, hockey's going in a direction of it's very, like, peaceful, humble, soft. Are you opposed to hockey? Maybe promoting more like similar to the UFC, maybe not to that extent, or do you like the way hockey is that it's people are quiet, humble, and not really stirring the pot too much?
I think I like the way it is right now. That's a pretty deep question. I haven't thought about it too much, obviously, but to me, I think the social media game or whatever you want to call it is fine the way it is right now. Doesn't Carolina's Twitter feed are doing some chirping and all that stuff? I think it's a little bit over the board a little bit sometimes.
A little bit.
I guess I don't really have a good answer on that one actually.
Do you think that maybe it's more like if you're doing the McGregor approach, you might lose a little bit of sleep at night because you're like, did I cross the line? Like have I said too much? Am I affecting my game? Like McGregor is an animal. Like, I don't think anything he says, it's just water off a duck's back. But like in the hockey world where everybody's so PC, everybody's so conservative and just neutral, almost vanilla. One guy steps out of line, it's like, okay, well now everybody's looking at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it creates a.
I'm surprised of Robin Leonard, the way he uses Twitter. He tweets after morning skates and all that stuff. I mean, I could never do that. I would think too much about that during the game if I was doing the way he was doing it.
How much of a boss interview answer? Like, yeah, I show up 4 hours early to the game. I spend 2 hours looking at Twitter as you guys shit talk me, and then I go about and play my game.
That was wild.
Crazy. I mean, good for him if it's working for him, but I mean, that's pretty
It's kind of
crazy
funny
to me. Yeah.
Like, who looks at that before a game? Like, oh, these guys are shitting on me. They think I suck. I'm gonna go play now. Like that. I feel like that. Maybe he's just he doesn't care at all what people say. But I feel like a lot of people would get like that would affect their confidence going into a game if everyone's just shitting on them and he's like you're reading through it. Like, but hey, maybe he's just doesn't give a shit. Who knows?
I'm the opposite. I turn off all my notifications from like September till May or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I never look at my social media during the season.
You go full ghost mode.
Yeah, pretty much. It just, I mean, just see what the people I follow, what they're doing and stuff like that.
Except for when I message him to meet at the train station for coffee. Then he replies.
Yeah, but I follow you and you follow me, so we're friends online.
Oh,
you guys
wait,
are virtual friends.
We got that in writing. We're friends. There we go. Yes.
Online. Don't take it out of context.
It's like that meme.
Trav.
It's like that meme. Okay, sorry. Speaking of, I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just transition this here. Ryan Miller, you told me over text he taught you so many hacks. What is the biggest? Give me 3 hacks that he taught you about gear, of how to almost cheat the system, if you will. Can we say that you're cheating the system or no? Because we were talking about the Vasilevsky chest protector.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say he cheated his system. He was just took a lot of pride in his gear, and he wanted it to perform the way he liked it. And I mean, the biggest things that I can think of right now is probably the skates. He was the first one in true skate. I mean, with no cowling. This was probably 8-9 years ago, right? So he was like the first one with no cowling and the one-piece skate. So that was pretty game changing, I would say. That's pretty much all I can think of right now. I wish you would have given me a little bit heads up with that one, but
I thought we were talking about that. I thought that's
but I guess the skates are like the main big thing that he changed, that everyone changed after him, pretty much.
Trendsetter.
Well, you were in a V8 skate too, though. You were in the Callan combo for a bit after you left Buffalo, right?
Yeah, I was with True or Van Horn or whatever they were called back then. Right, a couple of months after Millsy, so I was probably the second or third guy in True skates. And I don't know. Have you seen my all white True skates that I wore when I was with Dallas?
I got a confession to make here, okay? So when I got my True skate or my V8 skates like 4 or 5 years ago, I got the exact same all white out look that you got. I would never tell it to your face, but now that we're on the podcast, I guess I have to come clean. It was 100%, and it wasn't inspired by the Dallas ones. It was the LA ones, because the LA, I remember the clean, the CCM Premier look, and then you had the white out V8 skates. That was I saw that picture. I took the picture to Gar Smith, the rep at the time, and I said, "This is what I want. Do that."
Yeah, they were pretty cool, huh?
With the customizer for the Bauer stuff, because now you can do like the custom colors in the skates. I was thinking maybe next year, like time for an all white Bauer skate. Just
that would be right up your alley, eh? White skates.
Honestly, the Fedorov look, like I don't know. I like being different. I don't care if I take. I think all black skates look terrible. I think all white is the way to go. But then maybe you and the rest of the goalie community would say the other way, like all black is the way to go. And nobody does all white. You look like a tool if you have all white. I think it looks good.
Yeah, guys used to chirp me when I was wearing those white skates.
That's all right. You did mention briefly how like Miller had his pads had to be perfect or whatever. I feel like that's a big thing in all sports. So that's kind of like I don't know if it's an OCD thing or superstition thing, but like there's so many different things with equipment that has to be perfect. Do you have something that like stands out that you do that like if it's off, you can't, like it messes you up going into a game, like that's something that has to be perfect for you?
Yeah, I guess the chest protector has to sit well on me. I always want it to be pretty square and pretty flat on my chest. I guess so. That's the one thing I always try to strap it the perfect way. I guess if it doesn't strap the way I want it, I gotta do it all over again.
Yeah, I feel that. That's interesting. I'm like every time like my shin pads, I like do it like 45 times. Might just be a psychotic OCD thing, but I feel like we do it.
I mean, it's probably both. You probably want it
Yeah.
to feel the right way, but you also want to just because you did it last game, you probably want to do it again or something like that.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like whenever you leave home and you're like, oh, did I lock the door? And then you got to go back. You find out you locked the door. You leave and you're like, wait, hold on, did I lock the door? And then you're just like schizophrenic going back and forth.
Yeah.
Did I lock the door? Did I like kind of like that? Question for you though. You mentioned to me over text. You got your new chest protector today. You got the Hyperlite, right? Like you and I were talking over text about how to wear the chesty like Vasi, because like Vasi probably does, like Vasilevsky for those listening, does a better job than anybody else in the world of wearing his chest protector in a way that makes it look massive. What did you think of the Hyperlite chest?
I liked it actually. It was the first time skating with it today, and it felt fine. I just need to make a few minor adjustments, I guess, but it should be fine.
And what are the adjustments that you want to make on the chesty?
Just to try to strap it tighter and maybe put a couple floaters around the shoulder area, and just to make it a little bit more bigger up there. Have you done anything to yours? Yours looks pretty big on the videos I've seen.
You know what? Honestly, the only things that I've done, and I haven't even done the real hacks that I want to yet. So there's like a strap kind of like on the shoulder area that you're supposed to have like go under the arm. I don't put it on. I put it so it sits over top of the arm, and it makes like the wings kind of poof out, so it makes me look wider in the shoulders, I found. And then I wear the stomach piece, like the stomach strap, like the elastic click-in strap. I wear that super loose, so it almost like pushes out, almost like like when you got a barrel, you got like a kegger because you know like you're a little overweight. It's kind of the same effect. It pushes it all out, and it just looks bigger. One idea I had was actually my yoga mat. I was going to cut off a piece or two and kind of stick it in the floater to kind of make things push out a little bit more too, because the yoga mat seems to be like a pretty stable piece to put in there. That was the only idea that I had left really to do, but it feels really good, the custom Hyperlite.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a good chest protector for sure.
580. Why 580? Why have you gone away from the 580 too? That was another question.
I had to. My team is sponsored by Bauer. I'm allowed to buy my own gear, but we get free Bauer, so I don't want to spend my own money on that. And especially when the Bauer gear actually was surprisingly good, and I actually like the Bauer gear very much. Now I'm all about the Bauers right now, actually.
Yeah, you look good in the Bowers, but I will say, my boy Jamie Phillips, former Manitoba Moose goalie, Winnipeg Jet system, the guy is listening and he's punching the air right now because he switched from CCM to Bauer, and he told them, I need a 580. If you don't get me a 580, I'm not switching. So what did they do? They got him a 580 glove. He says that he pioneered the Bauer 580, which is why I mentioned to you over coffee last year, like it exists. But I think Phillips, Colton Point, and Reimer.
I tried it. I couldn't wear it.
You weren't a fan?
Huge well, yeah, it wasn't the same. It's the same angle, but it's not like the Lefebvre one.
Like the feel on the thumb is a lot different, you felt.
Yeah.
Did you find previously, like on the 580 from Lefebvre, like the thumb would just take an absolute beating?
No, I thought the thumb was fine. With the 580, it was curling a little bit too much, a little bit too often.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say the difference is you catch pucks and mine's basically like a second blocker, so that might be why my thumb's a little bit different.
Yeah, it could be the reason.
So somebody was telling me a while ago, they're like, Trav, you got to fix your glove. Like you're not holding your glove properly, you catch more pucks. I was like, dude, I got two blockers on anyway. Like I got the two best blockers in the league. Doesn't matter which hand they're going to. Everything's popping out to the corners. But anyway, I'm going to leave you with one question, I think, unless Pat has anything else. Swedish meatballs. What's your take on IKEA serving French fries with them? How do you feel about Swedish meatballs? Where do they rank in the grand scheme of things? And how do you feel about a Swedish meatball sub? There's a lot of questions there.
Well, first of all, I probably haven't had a meatball in years, and I haven't been to IKEA in a couple of years either. I didn't know they served with French fries these days, but I think that's wrong. They probably shouldn't serve them with the French fries. But what I remember is that the meatballs from IKEA was pretty good, and the sauce there is pretty legit too. Yeah, did you like them?
Hold on, Pat, are you getting deja vu? I literally feel like we just had the same conversation like 2 weeks ago with Eddie Lack.
With Lack. Yeah, he felt the same way.
He was really pissed off about the French fries being served.
The French fries.
Yeah,
it's a no-go.
I don't really believe it. I got to see it with my own eyes. I don't think they serve French fries over here with meatballs at IKEA. That sounds a little bit fishy to me.
You know, it might be a little bit sacrilegious, but I will say I didn't notice in the Swedish IKEA, but like at least in the one in Winnipeg, like North American IKEAs, they all do fries and meatballs. Like my woman and I, we were at IKEA the other day. She's buying like a chair or whatever, and I found specifically like they got fries and meatballs together. It's a package, fries and meatballs. No mashed potatoes, no boiled potatoes. It's just no lingonberries either. It's weird.
Yeah, that's not the Swedish way.
I know.
I don't think that's any way. That's just that's a weird combo.
What was the wording Eddie used? He said if I did that in Sweden, they'd murder me. They'd put me for treason.
Yeah, something like that. He was unhappy.
Yeah, he was very disgruntled about the IKEA French fry combo.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't sound right to me. That doesn't sound right at all.
Okay, well I got one last thing for you before we hang up the episode. We're gonna do a rapid fire Q&A. We got a bunch of questions on the Instagram today for questions for Jhonas. Rapid fire, Jack Hudek, as a smaller goalie, what did you have to focus on to quote unquote make it?
Just be in my place. I'd always be square to the puck and try to be in the middle of the net. It sounds easy, but
why not black gear this year? Why are you going white gear this year?
I don't know. I felt like I wanted to change. I had black last year, and I don't know. I just wanted to switch it up, I guess.
What are the sacrifices you had to make to be a pro goalie?
Nothing too special, I guess. I guess I had to maybe stay in a little bit more often and try to be a good pro and try to eat well and all that stuff. But that's pretty much it. I don't think I have sacrificed anything special, to be honest.
Okay, and when you say good pro, what does that mean for maybe somebody listening at home that has no idea what that means?
Well, sleeping good, eating well, drinking well, drinking a lot of water, stay hydrated, and all that stuff.
Jay says, I'm from Buffalo. I still have your jersey. You're one of my favorite goalies. What was your favorite part about Buffalo and the city of or the team in the city of Buffalo?
I think the people there, everyone around the team was super nice, and all the people in Buffalo was always very, very nice and supportive. And just hearing him telling me that he's from Buffalo, I'm not surprised that someone from Buffalo would want to ask me a question. So that just shows me that they still remember me in Buffalo, and I feel like I have their support still.
You want to get what's one restaurant you want to give a shout out to? Best restaurant in Buffalo?
I gotta say Hutch's. I think I went there a couple of times this summer. So Hutch's.
What do they serve?
It's like American Italian, I would say. So Italian. It's pretty good, actually. It's very good food there. So.
You're a chicken parm kind of guy?
No, I'm plant-based. I don't eat meat, so I haven't been eating meat in a while. So.
Eggplant parm?
Ago.
I don't like to use the word vegan because if you want to be a vegan, you gotta stay away from like leather on your shoes and all that stuff. Plant-based are just more what you eat. You eat a vegan diet, I guess, but I still use leather and all that stuff, obviously, on my pads and all that stuff. So I like to say I'm plant-based. So
makes sense.
Save me some trouble.
Have you?
Then no one comes after me.
Have you noticed a difference in performance, like athletically, when going plant-based?
Yeah. It's like night and day. You feel so much more refreshed. You sleep better. You just have way more energy during the day and all that stuff. So I don't think I'm gonna go back eating meat.
Okay. Final question for you here. Why did you go from a 90 overall to a 70 overall in my NHL 12 franchise mode? You cost me.
NHL 12.
Yeah, this guy is not forgotten for the last decade.
I had 90 overall.
I don't know. He said you had a 90 overall, and then you went to a 70 overall. So I guess he's chapped. But he's not. That guy 100% has been holding on to that for 10 years and has not let it go.
Did you say franchise mode?
90 overall.
Franchise mode, like because they age, it's like the overall goes down. Like when they when you do franchise mode.
Also over time then.
Yeah, because it's franchise mode means like it goes on. You're like the GM of the team for the years. So like as the guys get older,
I got old.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, everyone gets old.
Yeah.
I just got old, I guess.
Like the intro song, Stained. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen Jhonas. Last year in Sweden, but maybe see him again sometime this year. Maybe I'll hop my ass on the train, come down to a game for Orbo. We go out for a nice eggplant parm or a veggie tofu scramble or something. That'd be great. And I won't harass you in the pisser this time.
When you're back in town or back in the country, I guess. So we'll try to.
August 25th, baby.
All right.
Anyway, on behalf of Pat Shea and myself, I'd like to say thank you as always for listening to Slangin The Bizkit. We drop a new episode every Thursday, 8 a.m. Eastern as usual. Sponsored by Manscaped. Pick up a lawnmower. Seriously, shave your bush. Nobody likes that. Shave your dong, your gooch, your chest, everything. Just make yourself lighter, get rid of that hair, and just stop smelling bad. It'll really help you if you go to manscaped.com. Use that promo code BISCUIT, 20% off. Again, thank you very much, and we will see you next week. Next week's episode, Zach Fucali, episode 19. And we will leave you with the outro song. It's been a while. Stained from Break the Cycle.